And now we welcome on a very special guest. He is a public speaking and he's a master of public speaking and has a YouTube channel dedicated to honing in on all those skills called Master Talk. Brenden Kumarasamy, how's it going, man?
Very good, you two. How are things on your end?
Good.
Doing well, man. Very glad.
Staying positive. That's the main goal.
Let's do it, man. I mean, it's great. Your names rhyme, Jimmy Richie. It's great. That's what we're talking
awesome.
about.
Yeah, I'm super glad you came on the show because before we start, I want to preface that like the company I founded is called Shoot Your Shot Sports, and it could mean a couple of things. Like one of the mantras of the company is to take risks to shoot your shot. So without mastering talk, it would be hard to shoot your shot. So we want to try a different approach and give value to our audience and help them shoot their shot in life. So tell our audience about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, of course. So basically the short story to my life is I'm just a regular guy, right? I didn't want to be a YouTuber or do any of these things. I just wanted to be an accountant and go to business school and do all the regular things second generation immigrants do. So I went to business school, got the regular job. But what happened was I did these things called case competitions. So think of it like professional sports that you guys are watching right now, but for nerds. So other guys my age were playing football or soccer or basketball or spending time, getting the drafts together and all that. So that's stuff I never really understood because I kind of just looked at those games and kind of just said, there's like a ball with air in it. So I never really understood the concept, though I do watch a lot of those documentaries. And I kind of just said, how do I apply that to me? So I still had that same competitive spirit as all the other guys in my university did, but I applied it to presentations. So I know this sounds bizarre, but there's a small group of people in the world who do this for fun. So in 3 years, probably presented over 500 times, coached dozens of people on communication. By the time I started working in, I guess, corporate Canada, in my case, I'm based in Montreal instead of corporate America, I just asked myself, what can I do to make a difference in the world? And I realized a lot of the communication, public speaking information out there was terrible. So I decided to make videos in my mother's basement. One thing led to another, and here we are today.
That's awesome. Nice. That's a cool story. What do you want to do?
I'll say it then. So I just want to ask you, what are some ways to gain confidence in public speaking? So like,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know it's a top 3 fear for people. It's usually goes like death, then public speaking is the second one. So
yeah, it's crazy. Like one thing we could talk about right now is why are we scared of public speaking? Like why is this something we're afraid of? We don't really understand. We're kind of just like, yeah, you can talk to somebody in Japan, you can talk to somebody in Europe, talk to somebody anywhere. We're all scared, but we don't know why. So allow me to shine some light there. The question we need to ask ourselves is where do we give most of our presentations? And the answer is school. High school, college, university. This is where we learn all of our presentation habits. Because presentations are supposed to be fun. We don't wake up in the morning and go, hey, Jimmy, Richie, you want to get breakfast and present all day? No, like nobody says that, right? So we're sitting in high school together and 3 things happen. 1, we never get to pick the topic. It's generally something we're not passionate about. We don't get to present football. We have to present the Renaissance in history class. We kind of just like, okay. 2, students. Students don't care to listen to us. Not because they don't care about us, but because they're worried about their own presentation. Right? So let's say you're in a game and you're about to go. You're not paying too much attention to the game. You're really focused on making sure that you actually don't mess up your line or what you're doing. Same thing in public speaking. When you're sitting in class, you're not paying attention to the speaker. You're worried about your own presentation that you got to give in 10 minutes. Number 3, the teachers. Teachers are really stressed. You got 50 students in a class. They don't have time to coach everyone one-on-one. When you have all of these things going on, this behavior appears in every subject. Math, sciences, arts, language, even gym class. Sometimes you give presentations, you have to figure that out. So no wonder we're scared of public speaking. We see it as a chore, as a responsibility. For at school, it's tied to a grade. If at work, it's tied to a result. So the key is to first acknowledge that the fear of public speaking is not our fault, but rather the fault of the system in which we grew up learning the skill. I mean, think about sports. The reason why a lot of people do sports is because it's fun, right? We see it as an enjoying activity. So we carry that on for the rest of our life.
Very cool. Yeah, I do notice like the way you public speak or your tonality is very like you do a lot of pausing and like you're very I can't like
Lets people grasp into your
yeah,
ideas.
it's very interesting. Like I'm just like honed in the way you talk, like compared to like the way we like talk. We're just like chatting, but like I could see like you make dramatic pauses and like it's very interesting.
I appreciate that, guys. It takes practice. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean we just started live streaming not that long ago, so like we're actually trying to hone in on our communication skills as well. Like it's like I talk pretty fast, but I'm trying to like slow down the way I talk and like learn how to do all these different things. But it's very cool, like listen to you talk and like giving like our audience skills as well.
Right, and the way that applies back to you guys is how big you want to get. Like if you think about Bill Simmons, a lot of people are he's a very controversial guy, but he's an excellent communicator, right? That's why people want to follow his quote unquote sports advice or whatever he preaches on his stuff. That's why he's able to sell his network for multiple hundreds of millions of dollars. So I think the key is like, how does communication play into your life? If you're somebody who likes sports, think about the sports coach on the team and how they need to communicate with everyone around him. Think about the difference between a sports member, so somebody who's on the team, versus the captain of that sports team. How are the roles different? And how is being a good communicator impacting the idea of being a captain versus being a member? And also the tough conversations that you have with the people that you love. Everything is communication.
Right. What about storytelling? Do you have any advice for anybody that wants to tell any stories or anything?
Yeah, I think the way I think about storytelling is I think the best way of approaching it is focusing on the fundamentals first, right? So get the filler words out, focus on the silences, because if you tell a really good story, but your foundation is weak, you're probably going to lose. And a good analogy in sports is, let's say basketball, you can know all the special tricks, but at the end of the day, you know, all the alley-oops and stuff, but if you can't make the shot, who cares? Like if you can't understand the court, if you don't have to pass the ball, like you lose. And that's why Kobe always says, like, the reason I was successful is because I just shot twice as much as anyone else, right? Same thing. The same analogy applies in public speaking in the sense that if you don't practice the foundational skills, like let me tell you a story right now. Hey, this is a story about how, so this is what happened. So notice how like, even if it could be an interesting story, you're just not paying attention to me because my foundational skills as a speaker is weak. Right. So you want to get better with that first, and then you can think about storytelling after.
Interesting.
Good
awesome.
advice. Good advice.
Awesome. Anything else for you, Jimmy?
It's all you.
Awesome. Yeah. So no, that's all I had. Thank you for coming on and giving us a little like in-depth thing about you and your company. So I want to plug your company real quick. Master Talk.
Yeah, for sure. You know, for those who want to check out the YouTube channel, it's Master Talk in one word. And if you want to send me a message directly, the best way of doing that is Instagram. So I'm at Master Your Talk.
Awesome. You can find it on YouTube, correct?
Yeah, you got it. Exactly.
Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brenden. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool,
you.
guys.